21-year-old Alexia Riles is suing 19-year-old Kiana Oliver for falsely accusing her of assault. Kiana claims Alexia and her friends attacked her.
Order. All rise. Hello. You guys done back there? Your Honor, case number 557 on the calendar, matter of Riles versus Oliver.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ladies, have a seat, please.
How old are you, Miss Riles?
21.
And what do you do for a living?
I'm a full-time student at JSU.
What's JSU?
Jacksonville State University.
Okay, you senior?
No, ma'am, I'm junior.
And how old are you, Miss Oliver?
I'm 19 years old.
What do you do?
I'm a full-time student
Where?
at West Central College.
Did you two go to high school together?
No, ma'am.
How do you know each other?
I know of Kiana through a friend of mine that also go to JSU, Jacksonville State University.
And she doesn't know you?
Through association, barely, face, name, through the fight.
It's your claim, Miss Riles, that Miss Oliver falsely accused you of assault, an assault that occurred in October of 2008.
Yes, ma'am, that's correct, Your Honor.
And you want to be compensated?
Yes.
Miss Oliver says that you were, in fact, there in October of 2008. She's counterclaiming not for the assault that she alleged happened in October of 2008, but for a subsequent assault that happened in November of 2008. I don't know why she's not counterclaiming with regard to both assaults, since this is a civil action, but we'll find out. I assume, Miss Riles, that you were arrested.
Yes, ma'am.
When?
I was arrested on October 23rd, 2008.
And you allege, Miss Oliver, that Miss Riles was involved in an assault that took place when, in October?
On October 9th, 2008.
Did you file a complaint naming Miss Riles?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
When?
That same day. The same day of the fight, October 9th.
Same day.
The
Can I
same day.
see that complaint, please?
I'll do that for you.
All right, thanks.
Why did you first tell the police that you didn't want to prosecute this case?
I wanted to talk to my mother, get her advice. I was emotionally distressed. I was very upset when the police came.
Did you
I
know
wanted her
why
to
you
talk.
were assaulted?
Not at the time. I did not know until after the fight why I was assaulted.
Well, not that I'm taking that into account with regard to this case. I understand that some of the girls, at least, not this young lady, but some of the girls, at least, pled guilty
Yes.
to that assault.
Yes, ma'am.
They did not prosecute her with your consent.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that right?
That's right.
Okay. Why did the other girls tell you that they had assaulted you?
They did not tell me anything. When I got there, the girls were yelling and screaming, calling me obscenities, claiming that I scratched one of her close friend's cars and something about her boyfriend.
Oh, this had to do with a boy.
It had nothing to do with the boy.
They
I dealt
said it
with.
had something to
Yes,
do with
they
it.
said it had to do with the boy.
Do you know who these other girls were?
Yes, ma'am.
Who were they?
My friends from Jacksonville State University.
Do you know why they assaulted her?
From what they told me that the defendant had keyed her car. Yes, ma'am. That's what they said.
So that they, in retribution, assaulted her?
No, ma'am, they didn't assault her because that they were over there going to check on to see if they can get her car fixed at Kiana Oliver's apartment with a guy. And from my assume that...
Let me tell you this. They pled guilty to assault.
Yes, ma'am.
So we can't make any excuses for them. Okay?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not, Your Honor.
Okay. And when they got there, they beat her up. She was alone. What?
I was one of the girls who were there.
Stand up. You plead guilty to assault?
No, ma'am, I didn't. We pled not guilty. We ended up going to trial. We were found guilty.
Oh, so you were found guilty.
Yes, ma'am.
So then you're guilty. Why was she beaten up?
That was never our intentions to come over there and beat her. As a matter of fact, we did not even know that Miss Oliver stayed in those apartments when we went over there. Our main objective going over there was to see our friend who said that he could fix the scratches on the car.
Can you tell me why you beat her up?
I was not encountered in the fight. I was there, but I did not encounter in the fight at all.
Why did your friends beat her up?
It was basically when we were over there at the apartment, we were outside with the guy that could fix the car, and he was looking at the car. She was not there. When she pulls up with her friend, she's not driving, she's the passenger, and the driver, she gets out of the car with her shoes off, and she's pointing at all of us, and she says, who came over here to fight me, who came over here to fight me. My friend, which is my roommate, she asks her repeatedly, were you the one that keyed my car? She did not answer the question. She continues to run up in my friend's face and she says, who came over here to fight me? Soon she hits my roommate in the face and they go into the altercation.
Now you can sit down. By the way, was Miss Riles with you that day?
No, ma'am, she was not there. She was at work.
Who were you?
I'm Mrs. Riles' mother.
Okay. Where were you, Miss Riles, on the 9th of October?
I was at work, and I have proof of
like to
evidence
see
and
that.
time I clocked in and clocked out.
That's why the district attorney
Yes, ma'am.
elected not to prosecute you.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, this was accepted into evidence by the clerk of the court and the magistrate as a true and accurate copy of the time card from her employer.
I don't care. I saw her there with my eyes, and I have a witness that will also testify she was there, and it will disclaim the account that her witness just gave.
I don't believe her witness.
But I have someone who's seen her there also who actually knew her personally, whereas I did not.
Tell me your name.
Darlicia Cole.
Were you driving her that day?
No, ma'am.
Where were you?
I was at her apartment with her roommate, and we was there before the fight even started. We was in the house, and her and all of her friends came, and they came twice, and their intentions was to fight.
I don't know. You can't tell me what their intentions were. They came twice. Was the defendant home when they came?
No, ma'am. She was in class.
Not working?
No, ma'am. She was not at work.
She was in class?
Yes, ma'am.
What time was the first time that you saw Miss Riles?
It was early in the day. It was in the afternoon, and her and all her friends came up there twice.
Well, just a second. How long have you known Miss Riles?
I don't know her. Like, I seen her around campus.
That's it.
I know her through mutual friends.
You just said you don't know her. You've seen her around campus. Did you ever have a meal with her?
No, ma'am.
And how many girls were there?
There were like 7 girls. And
Okay, I got it. Now you can sit down.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Alexia Riles says 19-year-old Kiana Oliver falsely accused her of an assault. Kiana is countersuing for a second assault.
Okay. How many girls went over there that day?
4.
Okay. Now, Miss Riles, let me make this very easy for you. Unless you can demonstrate that there was some reason that had nothing to do with the truth, that she named you as a suspect, I'm dismissing your case, and I'm going to explain why. The two of you didn't know each other, or she didn't know you.
Yes.
So there would be absolutely no reason for her to try to make a false claim against you. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. From my understanding.
Just pay attention.
Yes, ma'am.
If somebody identifies a suspect, either because somebody else says to them, so-and-so was there, or she looks in a book, is that what happened?
That's exactly what happened. I identified her.
That's a mistake. Not malicious, not knowingly false. It's a mistake. And if courts permitted victims of a mistaken identity to sue a victim who unwittingly and through no malice made a false identification, that would send a chill through the justice system. People would be afraid to come forward and file complaints. So we don't permit that. We permit it in a case where a complainant makes a knowing false charge against somebody, which results in them being arrested. Now, if you have evidence that she willfully and knowingly made a false charge against you and there was a motive to do that, I'll hear you. But if she made a mistake, it's not actionable. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Now I'm going to get to you. Your counterclaim is not for the assault that you allege happened on the 9th of October, but for something that happened in November. Did you file a police report for
Yes,
that
ma'am, I
incident?
did.
I'd like to see it.
Would you like to also see pictures?
November?
Yes, pictures, hospital.
I'd like to
report and
see
all
everything that you have for a November incident.
Your Honor, I also have a police report for that incident.
I'm
as
going to
well.
get to you.
Yes, ma'am.
This is her claim.
Yes, ma'am.
Her countersuit is now really her claim.
Okay.
All right, tell me what happened in the November assault.
Earlier that day, my cousin had came to Alabama because I actually was once a student at JSU with Miss Riles. My cousin came to visit me from Georgia, her and her baby. She was about 2 months. She asked to use my car to go to the gas station. I said, okay, that's fine, go ahead, you have your license. She went to the gas station. About 5 minutes, I received a call telling me that the girls I had previously gotten into a fight with were following her and trying to run her off the road. I said, go directly to the police station. This is not the first time they had tried to harass me and my friends because I was at that time, pursuing, filing a case against them. I was trying to get them locked up for assaulting me. They were angry about it. I told her to go straight to the police station. I met her at the police station. We went to the police station. They didn't seem to take me very seriously when I told them they were trying to run.
They didn't take you seriously?
Yeah, they didn't take me seriously. They asked for a tag number for the car. I said, I don't know where she lives. I don't know how to get her tag number. I went to the Grove, which is apartments in JSU, college apartments. I had male friends who I was going to visit, me and one of my friends. I happened to see the red car, which is her friend's car, which she was also identified by my cousin as one of the people in the car.
You can't tell me what your cousin said.
I'm sorry. I saw the car. I said, we finna get this tag number, and I'm going to go back to the police, and I'm going to give it to them because I want to be taken seriously. I pulled up to the car, and the girls came out the building. They ran out the building yelling and screaming, so I drove off. I waited about 5 or 10 minutes for them to go back in the building, and I creeped back up, but I didn't pull all the way to the car because I didn't want them to see me. As I was writing the numbers out, the 3 girls, Miss Riles and 2 other girls who were also convicted in the first fight, came out, surrounded my car, yelling and screaming, get out the car, da-da-da-da, started kicking my car. So I got out the car.
That was your first mistake?
It was my first mistake, you're right. I should have never gotten out the car. I should have never gotten out the car.
Absolutely right.
When I got out the car, I was immediately hit in the face with a high-heel shoe where I had a fractured nose.
Yeah, I see.
So I defended myself with the girl who I was fighting in the first fight. Once again, like in the first fight, the girl was not doing very well because she's considerably smaller than me, but she's real feisty, for lack of a better word. So Miss Riles and another friend decided that they were going to grab me and pull me to the ground and hold me down and allow the girl to beat me with a high heel again, busting my lip and my eye.
Now tell me your version of those events.
That is not how it happened, Your Honor. That day, me and the 2 friends that she said were sent up upstairs in my apartment complex. We had the window open because my friend was wanting to keep an eye on her car.
Good. So
because it had recently been
go ahead.
keyed.
Let's go.
Okay. We see one of her friends.
Don't tell me what we saw. What did you see?
I saw one of her friends pull up, and it looked like she was probably running down the tag or either calling the defendant, telling the defendant that my friend was over there at the apartment.
Listen to me. Just tell me what you saw, not what you think.
I then told my friend to take a picture on her camera phone so we can go down to the police department and make a report. I was getting ready for work at that time. They said, okay, we're finna leave.
Don't tell me what they said. Just tell me what you did.
They left, going down the stairs, and I was still upstairs getting ready for work. I heard screaming and cursing. I looked out my window. I see the defendant getting out her car, running towards my friend. I then see my friends taking off her heel because she was in high-heel shoes, and they began to fight.
I thought I wasn't there.
Just a second.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
As they was fighting, I was standing upstairs looking for a minute before I even went downstairs. When I went downstairs...
What did you go downstairs for?
To break it up.
Why didn't you call the police?
We did call the police,
Not
Your
we.
Honor.
Instead of going downstairs, why didn't you call the police and stay upstairs?
I just wanted to break up the fight. I never touched Kiana. Never.
What did you do?
I then went downstairs, and as I was downstairs, my friend was on top of Kiana on the ground.
Which girl was on top of her?
The one that supposedly she keyed her car. Was on top of her, hitting her with her high-heel shoes. I was pulling my friend off of her. As I was pulling my friend off of her, the fight decreased. It was over. And Kiana got in the car with her friend and said, aha, you just beat me up again. And that's when she went to the police department. I said, friend, I will go to the police department and make my witness statement with you. We then went to the police department. I made my witness statement, and the police took down what I said. I have that report here today.
I'd like to see it.
Yes, ma'am. I then told them what I said, and he said...
Did you tell them that your friend hit her in the face with a shoe?
No, ma'am, he didn't ask me.
That's a problem. That's a problem. Why didn't you tell him that you just told me that your friend took off a high-heel shoe and hit her in the nose?
I just told him they got into an altercation.
You made some bad judgments, Miss Riles. A, you made a bad judgment in going downstairs the second time in the November incident. Should have stayed upstairs and called the police. I think you made bad judgment by keeping in touch with these girls, because if they have a problem, they resort to the justice system. They don't resort to beating up other people. That's ridiculous. That's not what college girls are supposed to do. Not how young people are supposed to behave who are trying to make something of themselves. So you made some mistakes, but I don't think she hit you. I think it was the other girl.
May I talk, please?
Yeah, you can talk. You can tell.
The girl who she's accusing of getting on top of me and beating me with a high-heel shoe. Judge Judy, I am 5'11" and I weigh 165 pounds. This girl is 5'2" and weighs about 105 pounds. There is no way possible that she was on top of me with no one's help, restraining me, beating me with a shoe, biting me, kicking me, and punching me to the extent of those pictures. It's not possible.
No, I looked at the pictures. I see the pictures.
It's not possible.
I
was
see that. Just listen to me.
restrained.
Are you telling me that this is the bite?
Yes, ma'am, that is a bite mark.
Who bit you?
The girl who was hitting me with the shoe bit me.
What did she do?
She was holding my arm
I don't
the
believe
entire
you.
time.
No, I don't believe you. Did you key the car, by the way?
No, ma'am, absolutely not.
No? Okay, good. You made some mistakes. You chose not to prosecute this assault. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you explain to me why you chose not to prosecute this assault?
The first case had not went to trial yet.
I understand that.
Judge Judy, this was a very traumatic experience.
I just want to know why you
I
chose...
no longer wanted to travel from Georgia to Alabama to go to court time after time. I had to relocate to Georgia. I no longer was living in Alabama. I had to drive from my parents' house in Georgia and miss work. I started a new school. I had to cancel school and everything every time we had to come to court. I felt that I was going to win the first case, so it was no need to prosecute a second case. It was too stressful. I couldn't deal with it.
And the first case you did, in fact, win against everybody except her.
Yes, ma'am.
Case is dismissed. That's all.
All right, are excused. You may step out.
She said I touched her. She know for a fact I did not touch her.
These girls are violent and they are also liars.
She knows the truth.
She knows.
She do.
She doesn't never tell the truth, and just like she lied in front of everyone, she's a liar.
They like to accuse people of what they are. I'm a liar, I'm this, I'm that.
Her witness knows the truth as well.
The real reason was over a boy that my roommate, in fact, was messing around with. And you know how girls can get is jealousy, as you might have noticed.
I don't hate her. I have nothing against the defendant.
I don't have any animosity toward her as far as the trial goes. I just believe that she is a liar.
They are kind of plus-size girls. I think that had a lot to do with it.
Her witness was the first one that said that I wasn't even there the first time on the first altercation.
They know that they were there and they know what they did.
But now want to get in front of the judge and say I was there.
People get angry, they're jealous, they don't like when you have attention from the opposite sex that they are not receiving. It's really petty.
They're liars.
They're all liars.
Jealousy is an evil, evil, evil green-eyed monster.